Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Outer Rim Cantina. My name's Alan and today I'm here to talk about the brand new Star Wars book and introduction to the High Republic era, Light of the Jedi by Charles Soule. Let me start off by saying Light of the Jedi is one of, if not my favorite, of the canon books that I've read. I'll have to reread Master and Apprentice at some point to know for sure, but the bottom line is that I really love Light of the Jedi. In my mind, it is the perfect introduction to this brand new era and sets the stakes for the road ahead very well. It makes you feel for the characters, even the ones you've never truly met, and a lot of that just comes down to the brilliant way that Charles Soule writes. I think Soule perfectly contextualizes the central themes of Star Wars, tragedy and hope. The book opens with setting the overall feeling of the era as the most prosperous time for the Republic, and how Chancellor Soule has been creating many great works to make the galaxy a unified place, and have beings from all different places and backgrounds come together under a common banner. The phrase used throughout the book by multiple different characters is, "We are all the Republic," and the character's response to the Great Disaster and what follows it is a perfect testament to that feeling. What Soule did so well was show just how powerful Chancellor Soule's initiatives and dedication to the Republic truly are. The first 4 chapters of the book are just Charles introducing new characters, making you invested in their stories and their lives, and then immediately killing them off. I mean, the Jedi themselves don't even show up until about chapter 5, and then some of them, actually quite a few of them, die too during the Great Disaster. And speaking of the Great Disaster, what a great way to introduce a novel and story. I mean, everything is going so well at the beginning of the book, and then BAM! An entire star system almost gets destroyed, and multiple other systems lose millions or billions of lives thanks to the fallout. It's such an original and different way to introduce stakes into a story, and I love it. As the title of the video says, Light of the Jedi is everything I want in a Star Wars book. It's set about 200 years before Episode 1, so almost completely disconnected from everything we've seen before in canon. It has stakes and consequences and things that matter, which it introduces right away, and most importantly, every single page just feels like Star Wars. A perfect example of the book feeling like Star Wars is when it introduces a character named Ember, who is a charhound from a planet called Elpharona. Basically, she's a space dog that the Jedi of the outpost on that planet decide to adopt, and she becomes a member of the team. Well, about 4 chapters after she's introduced, she shows up again to help the Jedi fight the Nihil, and we find out that the space dog, who is, without a doubt, the bestest girl in the galaxy, also breathes fire. One of the things I love most about the book, and the era altogether, is the brand new type of bad guy it introduces. I remember back when the High Republic was first announced and talked about, and people were skeptical of how you could have Star Wars without, a galactic war. Well, I'll tell you how. Marauders. Not just any marauders though, the Nihil truly are a unique type of villain because unlike the pirates we've seen in other Star Wars stories before, the Nihil are simply evil for the sake of being evil, and they know it. The entire point of the Nihil, and the reason people from all over the galaxy join up with them, is for freedom, plain and simple. The ability to take what you want and when you want from whoever you want, and no one can stop you. Of course, that isn't all true since the Nihil themselves do have a power structure and a loose set of rules that every member needs to follow. What I love most about these bad guys though is how they evolve over the course of the book. The Nihil start out as nothing more than marauders looking for something to take, but as the Republic deals with the aftermath of the Great Disaster, the Nihil begin transforming into something more than just your average evil dudes, thanks to their leader, Marchion Ro. We don't know much about Marchion other than he has access to a new form of hyperdrive and is able to use hyperspace in an entirely unique way, in no small part thanks to a woman named Mary Santeca, who is said to be almost 100 years old and can see and formulate brand new hyperspace routes in her head in a way that no other living being can do. Because of this, the Nihil have the ability to be anywhere at any time, and as the Republic expands its reach into the Outer Rim, the Nihil believe that the Republic is invading their territory, and so Marchion sets out to transform the Nihil from a bunch of people only in it for themselves to an organization capable of combating the Republic and fighting their control over the Outer Rim. What I can't wait to see later in the stories is how Marchion Ro and the Nihil evolve, and how they go about fighting the Jedi, because the end of the book makes it clear that the Ro family has had a bad encounter with the Jedi in the past, and because of that, this family knows exactly how to combat Jedi and how to break them. Moving on from the bad guys of the novel, the other thing I really love is how the Jedi are presented and talked about by both average people and government officials alike. The Jedi are present in the lives of people in the galaxy. Everyone knows what a Jedi is and what they do, and they know that if a Jedi ever shows up to resolve a situation, then that situation will get resolved with the least amount of casualties possible. The Jedi are focused on helping people and making the galaxy a better place, and the relationship they have with the Republic and how they work with the Republic is a stark contrast to the Jedi we see in the prequel films, and that's the point. The Jedi of the High Republic are focused on keeping the galaxy safe, while also exploring the light side of the Force and using it in different and unique ways. One of the new Jedi characters is named Avar Kriss, and she can use what I interpret as a form of battle meditation to bridge the minds of multiple Jedi together and relay information through thoughts and feelings by listening to what Master Kriss calls the Song of the Force. When her power is introduced, that also leads to introducing how other Jedi interpret the Force, and how different Jedi use the Force in many unique ways. While Avar Kriss views the Force as a song, her friend Elzar Mann sees the Force as a never-ending, raging sea. Light of the Jedi has so many great characters, especially when it comes to the Jedi, and does a fantastic job at capturing the state of the galaxy during the High Republic era. And while the book also does a fantastic job at capturing the central themes of Star Wars, like every great story from a galaxy far, far away, it's also relatable to the world that we live in today. At the end of the book, despite all the hardships the people of the Republic and the Jedi have faced, there is still hope. And despite all those hardships, the people of the galaxy came together to help one another and declare, "We are all the Republic." That is exactly what everyone needs right now. Everyone needs a little bit of hope, and everyone just needs to come together and realize that we are all the same in one way or another, despite all the hardships endured over the past year. We can all make it through this together. Yeah, that might sound a bit cheesy, but at the end of the day, that's exactly what Star Wars is all about. I know this wasn't exactly a review of the book, and more just me gushing over my favorite parts and what I love most about Light of the Jedi, but it truly is an amazing read that you should pick up for yourself. I'm also super excited for the rest of the High Republic stories. Project Luminous is almost exactly what I wanted from this new era of Star Wars storytelling that Disney has been bringing us into. Creating a brand new era with brand new characters with a return to books and comics, which, in my mind, is where Star Wars has always truly shined, and where creators have always been able to let their hair down and do almost anything. So I think that just about does it for me. Light of the Jedi is one of the best Star Wars books I've ever read, and if you get the chance, I highly recommend picking it up for yourself or listening to the audiobook. As always, I'd love to know your thoughts on Light of the Jedi or the High Republic era down in the comments. That's all the time I've got for today. I hope to see you back here in the cantina next time for another Star Wars video. Until then, may the Force be with you.